Let's set sail on the Disney Dream. Hey there, MamFam. We just got on board the Disney Dream.
We have been on this ship once before at the very, very beginning of Mammoth Club, but because we were on board with some friends, we didn't do a full video series like we have with the Wish and the Magic. So this time, that's exactly what we're doing. We're gonna show you all of the different restaurants, a new excursion on Disney's private island, room tour, and I believe there's a friend waiting for us in our room.
What?
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, so come with us and sail on the Dream.
The Disney Dream is part of the second pair of ships that set sail for the Disney Cruise Line. Its sister ship is the Disney Fantasy. Now, the Disney Dream and Fantasy are both bigger than the Magic and Wonder, but smaller than the Wish and soon-to-be Treasure. Now, the Disney Dream did set sail in January of 2011, and the interior sports this nice 20s Art Deco look.
A couple of logistical things to keep in mind when you are sailing with Disney Cruise. You can check in for your cruise starting at 30 days before the cruise sets sail. Could be a little bit longer depending on your Castaway Club status, but highly recommend being ready at midnight Eastern, 30 days prior to your cruise to check in as soon as possible. That way you get to select what boarding time you'd like, and the earlier the boarding time, the better in my opinion. Take it up from us who mixed it up a little bit because we had to drive to Fort Lauderdale to board the Dream. We made it a little bit later of a boarding time. We chose a 1:30 time instead of the 11 o'clock hour, and it felt like it was a little more crowded. Took a little bit longer to check in just because more people were here by then. Also, speaking of checking in, a couple of pro tips. Number one, you're gonna drop your luggage off with the valet luggage service. I like to have a little cash to tip those folks. They are a third-party company and they do accept cash. Number two, anything you're gonna need with your person. So think medication, if you need any kind of clothing, some people like to bring a swimsuit, make sure you carry that on board with you. Also, if you are an adult and you wanna bring alcohol on board, you are able to. 21 years and older can bring a 6-pack of beer or 2 standard-sized bottles of wine or champagne, but that must go in your carry-on luggage that you're bringing with you aboard the ship. Also, seems obvious, but you're gonna need to make sure you have your boarding documents with you. That means the boarding form that Disney's gonna send you. I like to grab a screenshot of that instead of trying to pull up my email, or you can print it. You're also gonna need to answer the health questionnaire they're gonna send you the morning of your boarding the ship, and you're gonna need some kind of proof of identification, typically a passport, but make sure to check what your cruise requires. Now, I think that is enough boring things, and it's time to go explore this beautiful ship and get some, let's be honest, chicken tenders.
Oh my goodness, oh! What a beautiful, oh my gosh, that's a beautiful chandelier. Oh, it's so good. You want it?
There is literally no better feeling than walking on to a Disney cruise ship. You got, look, Minnie! Oh, and Rapunzel!
We're going to be exploring the lobby a little bit later, but it's just so nice when they announce you and your family and you're able to be welcomed in by the cast. Oh, I forgot we have Captain Donald here.
I think he's an admiral.
Oh, I'm sorry, Admiral.
He's pretty important.
Is it the poofy hat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gives me admiral. Also, I love the detail of all the characters, including Max Goof and
Oh,
Huey, Dewey,
yeah.
and Louie in the gold.
So cool. All right, we have to explore later.
Food time.
Yes.
For lunch, we went to Cabanas, which is the buffet restaurant on the Dream, typically open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's adorably Finding Nemo themed. You're going to see nods to the different characters. One of my favorite details is you've got the mine seagulls kind of hiding in the rafters. There's also 2 beautiful tile mosaics that are both 25 feet wide, 8 feet high, and each of them have almost 195,000 tiles in them in over 200 colors of handcrafted Venetian enamel, according to Disney Cruise Line. You've also got these really fun sand arts that represent the different castles around the world.
Taking a look at the buffet, they had a variety of options, including things like pizza, steamed vegetables, chicken tenders, French fries, some pasta offerings, and a carved meat station, rolls, focaccia, fish, both fried and grilled. There were sandwich stations, salad stations, a whole cold seafood section with crab, as well as a whole dessert station with many different desserts. We grabbed our plates and picked a seat outside to eat. I picked up chicken tenders, some grilled chicken, steamed vegetables, that's cauliflower and carrots, and some fried fish with some of their signature tartar sauce. along with a side salad with balsamic vinaigrette.
I grabbed mostly the same items, but I was excited to get some of the asparagus, some focaccia bread, and most importantly, chicken tendies.
Cabanas food is fine. I mean, it's above average buffet food. I think what I enjoyed the most here was, one, the salad. It's always fresh, which is really nice. And two, of course, the chicken tendies.
I actually quite liked the mashed potatoes. They were nice and buttery, as was the asparagus. The fried fish was pretty good as well. I love that tartar sauce, but really the highlight here is chicken tendies. You'll find that on the cruises, we tend not to go to the buffets as much just because I personally prefer the walk-up counter that we're going to go to tomorrow, but Cabanas is a great option for a wide variety of foods if you've got an array of different eaters.
Okay, we have stopped by Cabanas for a light little lunch, and now we are headed to our room. Now, in between Cabanas and our progress to our room, we did...
Wait, we're on the wrong side.
Sorry for that harsh cutaway. We got lost, but luckily found our room. Ta-da. And our stuff had made it here well before us. So now we get to go inside.
Y'all, after years of hard work, I'm finally gold.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But anyway, as I was saying, we did stop by the cast members who run reservations for Remy and Paulo because we wanted to adjust our Paulo brunch and our Remy dinner on our stay and move it a few nights. And they were incredible and worked with us and were able to find some open reservations.
That's another pro tip if you're sailing aboard the ship. If you're not able to get a reservation for something you want, like that exclusive adult dining, check with the cast members on the day of, and you may be able to grab something from a cancellation, etc. Additionally, whenever I get on board, I make sure to connect to the Wi-Fi as soon as possible and check the Disney Cruise Line app. It's going to unveil your itinerary for you. You're able to add plans, like if you wanted to add a tasting or if you wanted to add some kind of port adventure, you can do that through the app and it'll charge your card. You can also heart and favorite different things happening throughout the cruise. So all of the different character meet and greets, activities like trivia and bingo, the shows, all of that is listed right there. I like to go through and favorite things I'm interested in. That way we have it all ready to go for the rest of our sailing. And now,
With that,
without further ado,
we shall
enter.
do not trip over the bag.
I will not trip over the bag.
You've got this.
Lights would be good. Lights!
Nailed it.
I don't think our friend is here yet.
What? Who is your friend?
They'll show up. Don't worry. They'll arrive. They'll arrive.
Oh!
Maybe our friends will get here. We'll keep watching for our friends.
Oh.
So as you can see, we have an inside stateroom. On previous cruises, we've had a veranda room. There's also a level in between, which has a window, like an actual window outside, but doesn't have a balcony. And whilst I do love the veranda and whilst I do enjoy a little balcony to have my coffee on, there's something special aboard the Dream and Fantasy on the inside rooms that I've never seen, and it has to do with these windows right here. All right, so let's do a little rapid fire room tour. This room is certainly smaller than others you're gonna see. The inside rooms are typically the smallest and least expensive rooms on a cruise line, although sometimes the inside rooms, when they have a little magic, can rival the window rooms. But you can see we've got a nice bed right here. I would say that's a queen size bed. You've got little nightstands on either side. I love this little detail on the lampshades where you've got little castles on the globe everywhere that there is a Disney park. You don't think that's real? I definitely think that's what's really outside.
Oh.
Still no friends outside of the porthole, but I do think that's a real picture of what we would see out the window if we were out there.
Talk to me about how you think it works.
I think there's a camera that's showing me outside.
You know, maybe. I don't know how it works. It's magic.
It's a window. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. Alan is now feverishly researching the portholes, but he is sitting on the little couch area, which can pull down to be an additional place to sleep. It seems like this particular room could accommodate 3, although some of the inside rooms I believe can accommodate 4. That said, it is snug in here, so it would be a lot with 3 or 4 people and all of their luggage, but also you're on a cruise, so are you really in the room that much? We also have this little vanity area with some storage as well as a refrigerator. Our little lanyards, which are a welcome gift, so you can carry your sea pass around. And then there's also, this cute little tote and a little cooler bag. Aww, I love this wet dry bag. That is fabulous. Closer look at that fridge. And it's a real fridge, not a beverage cooler. Closets right here. Everybody up, get your life belts on. Here you've got laundry bags. If you'd like to send anything out, we learned this on our last cruise, that it is a fabulous service. If you want to get something pressed, note that irons and steamers are not allowed on Disney Cruise Line. So if you do want to have something ironed or steamed, you have to go to the laundry room or send it out. You can go and use their iron for free, or it's actually pretty reasonably priced if you'd like to get something pressed, especially for like a nicer meal.
All right, update for you on the... Oh!
Flick!
So from the Disney Parks blog, a cruise industry first, high-definition cameras on the exterior of the ship feed video to the wall-mounted frame monitors that have the appearance of a porthole. Camera positions correspond with stateroom locations, port or starboard from bow to stern.
So I'm right.
Yeah.
And then magic friends show up on these ones, which is such a fun little magic touch. And I can't wait to keep checking out the window with different characters. And we will throw in right here a montage of everyone we see over the sailing. Boom, montage. What a great montage.
My favorite part was when
Winnie the Pooh
showed up. He and or she was very funny.
Note, this is something in some of the older rooms, is that you have to actually put in your C-Pass into this little thing to make the lights go when you're in your room. Last but not least, the Royal Throne. So you've got your sink, toilet, shower, definitely not H2O products with stickers on them. Pretty snug bathroom. I prefer the bigger bathrooms where you've got like separation between the toilet area and the shower area. But you know what? Again, it does the job. Couple of other things to show. In the desk area, you've got some cute little postcards, which are yours to take if you'd like to, and some stationery and pens, as well as if you want to do room service continental breakfast. Here's your door hangers for that. And then right in here, you've got love this, like a mat for your curling iron or straightener, and then a blow dryer, which you know what that means. Ooh. Well, that's pretty good. I'm gonna give that an 8.
Mmm.
And dads, here's your thermostat at sea. All in, including taxes, fees, gratuities, etc. This cruise cost about $3,800 for the two of us. That includes the room, most of the dining accommodations, general enjoyment aboard the ship and entertainment, character meet and greets, etc. Does not include upcharge meals like Palo and Remy or excursions on Castaway Cay, etc. So I do think that's a little pricey for an inside room, but couple things. One, we booked this farther out, and sometimes they tend to be more expensive. I was looking at the website today, and other inside rooms on the same itinerary were about $1,000 cheaper per couple. Additionally, we are here on spring break, so it's one of the busiest times of year to vacation. Same rules apply at the parks. The things are less expensive during value season versus peak season. And with that, we are headed to the mustard drill.
Mustard drill?
Yeah, catch up. I relish these moments. Don't be such a sour kraut.
One thing you immediately notice on the Dream is there are far more Disney touches. It just feels more Disney than, say, when we were sailing on the Magic. And one of the things that we've noticed as we go down every set of stairs is they have artwork on the stairs that corresponds to what might actually be on that level. For example, when we were up by all of the food near the top decks, we had Donald cooking. And now that we have moved into some of the stateroom sections, we have a lot of really cool sketch work from Disney movies, from Alice in Wonderland to here we have Dumbo. You'll also find Remy art on the floor near Remy. And you will also find Goofy doing sports things on the sports deck. Just little fun things to look out for when you're on the ship.
The drill complete, and now we are headed up to the pool deck for the Sailaway Party to get this cruise started. Now, these are one of those times where you definitely need to pack your patient pants, friends, because literally everyone on the cruise is headed to the same place. If you can, the stairs are much quicker than the elevators right now.
Just wrapped the Sailaway Party.
I love a Sailaway Party, and we didn't have the best view, but that's okay.
Anyway, now we're moving.
Are we? We're getting ready to move. We're gonna move any second.
It's movement in progress.
Now, I will say we didn't have like the front row view of the characters, but that's fine. We could see them on the screen, and more importantly, we had the best view of some of the cast members absolutely crushing it.
Perhaps, dare I say, better than everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, no shade to Mickey, but like
no shade at all.
Rushing, and I just have to say that sets the tone for the whole cruise, because if you think cast members are wonderful at the parks, Disney Cruise cast members are like so wonderful. And also, every single time they do the countdown and then do the ship whistle and it's a Disney song, I thought it was going to be When You Wish Upon a Star, and then it was A Dream Is What Your Heart Makes. Oh, I got all teary.
But now, it is time for a celebratory beverage
I
as
agree.
we kick off our cruise. And to have said beverage, we have come to the adult section of the Dream. And this is really where the Disney Dream beats the Wish, because this adult section is just so much larger. It is 2 stories, so much space to lounge about, luxuriate, and enjoy a nice beverage, or a coffee if you're going to Cove Cafe, or just to bring in some food from Flo's and sit down and have a bite here. Okay, our cocktails have arrived. Now, I have picked up the Refashioned, which is a twisted and old-fashioned. It is made with port wine, Scotch whiskey, and then the standard old-fashioned preparation, so with some bitters and an orange slice. Molly asked for a champagne cocktail that was not too sweet, and Denton, the amazing cast member and bartender, came back with a cognac champagne cocktail mix that's made with bitters, sugar, cognac, topped with champagne. Now, this sounds right up Molly's alley.
Also, Denton told me that in the 50s and 60s, if you went to a bar and said, "Can I have a champagne cocktail?" this was your only option. So, cheers.
Yep.
And it really is perfect if you're someone like me that wants to toast with a glass of bubbly and wants to zhuzh it just a little bit. You can taste the cognac, so you definitely have to like cognac, but it also mostly tastes like champagne. You can't really taste the sweetness, it just kind of takes the edge off. Very delicious. I will ask for this again.
And now for the Refashioned. Cheers. You have to like Scotch. If not, this is not going to be your beverage. The port wine is a little fruity. It has that almost jammy sweetness over top of it. There's no better way to describe it. Smokiness from the Scotch really shines through, and it's not super sweet, so this is an ideal old-fashioned. This is a sipping beverage.
Hey, Alan.
What's up?
Duck butt.
Should have seen that one coming.
Donald didn't.
One of the things I love is all the details that you can find throughout this ship. For one, here in the elevator bay, you'll see that you have Mickey actually guiding and telling which floors the elevator are on as it comes to you. Before we pop into the show this evening, we stopped by Mickey's main sale, as well as Sea Treasures, which are 2 of the main merchandise locations here on the Disney Dream. because I forgot my flip-flops at home. They're kind of MIA. I couldn't really locate them. And, I mean, Molly needs another pair of ears, right? Oh, especially those. Look, it's got a sailor's knot on it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a sailor's knot. It's a bow.
I love popping into the merchandise shops on Disney Cruise Line because, of course, I do. I love Disney merchandise, but they've got special shirts. Oh my gosh, look at that Hakuna Matata one with the Lion King characters and the cruise ship. I love that classic right here with the funnel. That might be coming home. Not a fan of this number right here, but they've also got an extensive collection of exclusive mugs. They've got a bunch of pirate merchandise. I'm spotting Stitch pirate merchandise. There are a bunch of Disney Cruise Line ears. There's a Disney Dream specific collection. So if you're a, oh my gosh, the 2024 collection I'm obsessed with has a Disney Cruise Line version. We are going across the street to the other store to look. Oh my gosh, I've been obsessed with this collection in the parks because I love how bright and dayglow it is, and there's a cruise version? Oh no.
And now we are headed to the Walt Disney Theater, which is our first show of our voyage, the Golden Mickeys.
I'm so excited, I love this show. First of all, the stairwell art right out here, not surprising, Walt Disney.
Yeah.
The Disney entertainment is one of the reasons people love coming on Disney Cruise Line because it's Disney, so you know the shows are going to be amazing, and the Golden Mickeys is like an award show with a bunch of characters. Seen it once before, and I remember loving it, so let's go. But we can't film them there, so
No.
we'll be back.
We'll see you at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was an emotional roller coaster of joy and happiness.
There's a lot of Walt,
Whole lot of Walt.
which gets me right in the feels.
Yeah, that's a whoo. The Golden Mickeys is a incredible show. It's kind of a variety show that they treat as an award show for all of the.
Sorry, the ship's rocking a lot.
It is very much rocking. We're moving and grooving, folks.
Oh,
It's just stunning.
great musical numbers, great choices of song. You got a little Rapunzel, you got a little Hunchback, a little Tarzan.
The fact that you have Hunchback representation in a show is
Yeah.
incredible.
And then it gave Tarzan rocks with some of the skills.
Did love that.
So
Did love that.
definitely a must see. I prefer on a Disney cruise, they tend to do either like what I would call montage style shows, which is like a mashup of a bunch of characters and music, or they do like Broadway style adaptations of Disney movies. I tend to prefer the montage style just because I love seeing so many characters and hearing so much good music. The Golden Mickeys, not to be missed.
I remember loving it when we went on it the last time. That remains unchanged. Incredible show.
Don't miss it. Now, what I will say, just as a note, generally with Disney Cruise, you're going to have 2 shows a night, and you're also going to have 2 dinner seatings for the main rotational dinings a night. So that way they've timed it out, so either you do the show and the dinner, or vice versa. We always book the later dinner, so we see the show first. That's just personal preference. It gives us more time at the pool, and also people with younger kids tend to want to do the opposite. So we do the, like, we're night people, so we do the opposite. But it's whatever your preference is. You're going to choose that when you're booking. I will say first dinner seating tends to fill up faster.
Yes.
Because more people with kids choose that one.
And with that, we might try to find a few characters.
We have a little time
We have
before
a little
our
bit of time.
dinner, and I hear some mices are coming out.
Some mices. Some mice?
So no cheeses for these mices,
Uh-huh.
but we'll give
Well,
them cheese if we see them.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to go get some cheese to Mises, hopefully. And then we'll see you at dinner.
Yeah. How are you? You look so cute. Oh, thank you. I'm just trying to be as stylish as you, Minnie. Minnie, I have an important question for you. Is your favorite food cheese? My favorite food is cheese. Oh my god, I know. Minnie, we should have cheese one night. We'll share fashion, cheese boards and games. Oh, a dream. If you get a day off, you let me know.
And here we are, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Saw Mickey, met Minnie. Oh, they're just so darn cute. And enjoyed some beautiful music in the lobby. And now we're headed to the district. This is one of the adult areas on the ship. It's where you're going to find a lot of your lounges. There's a champagne bar, there's a pub. And at the champagne bar, they've got a pianist, and he's about to do a Broadway TV and movies set. So we're headed to listen. We have made it inside Pink. I absolutely love the aesthetic in here. Maybe it's because I love champagne. Maybe it's because I'm a Barbie girl. Who's to say? But they have a variety of champagnes and champagne cocktails on here. And the vibe in here is supposed to emulate you being in a champagne bubble. So you're going to see that in the beautiful light fixture. You're going to see it in the bubbles on the wall. And my favorite detail, if you watch the bubbles on the wall for long enough, you're going to see Pink Elephant appear and disappear, which is a nod to Pink Elephants on Parade. The moment in Dumbo where he gets tipsy.
Taking a look at the pink menu, again, it's a wine and champagne bar, so that's the majority of what they serve here. They've got a variety of whites, reds, and sparklings, as well as some signature champagne cocktails. We had a boozy activity planned for later this evening, stay tuned, so we opted to try the Ring of Bubbles, which is a taste of 2 of their most popular champagne cocktails. So together it probably equals the equivalent of 1 cocktail, and we split it. The 2 cocktails in question, the Elder Bubble and the Pomegranate Passion, and it comes adorably served in this ring.
The first of the 2 drinks was the Pomegranate Passion, made with pomegranate, passion fruit, and Moet and Chandon Imperial Champagne. This was pretty nice and refreshing. I will say for me it was pretty sweet. The passion fruit flavor was very strong, but it is a sweeter drink than I would like, especially when paired with Moet, which is just a sweeter champagne in general.
And the Elder Bubble is made with Absolute Raspberry, Saint Germain Elderflower, and Moet and Chandon Imperial. I would say this one is slightly less sweet compared to the Pomegranate Passion, just because it's got more floral notes because of the elderflower. It is still a sweeter cocktail. It's a little bit more light and refreshing. Both of these are sweeter than I think either one of us would drink, but it's a beautiful presentation, and it's fun to try the signature cocktails in this tasting offering.
All right, we stopped by and listened to some incredible piano playing at Pink, the Champagne and Wine Bar. And now we are headed to the first of our rotational dining at the Royal Palace. Now, the rotational dining are all included in the purchase price of your cruise. And as we always do, we will not be filming and talking while at dinner. We want to be respectful to the other guests' experience while we are there. So we are going to treat your eyes to some wonderful shots of the food we have, and you're going to hear our voices from the future talking about what we think about them.
Don't worry, we're taking copious notes as we eat, and I'm excited to go have a princess-themed meal.
Woo! We'll see you after.
Speaking of princesses, that is everywhere in the decor at Royal Palace. Starting when you walk in and you can see some of the icons of the different princesses in the tile work on the floor. Throughout the restaurant, you're going to see different portraits of the princesses, maybe their princes as well. Everything feels just kind of regal and palace-like, down to the fact that they folded the napkins to look like little tuxedo jackets.
The menu itself starts with a number of specialty beverages, both alcoholic and non, and then is followed by appetizers, entrees, and desserts. And with Disney's rotational dining, you can order as many of those items as you so desire. For your appetizers, they offer things like duck confit and iced lobster and jumbo shrimp. There are also soups and salads available, like the French onion soup or the Farmhouse Salad. As far as main courses go, it ranges from oven-baked salmon to crispy roasted duck breast and Chateaubriand roasted filet steak. Each one of these rotational dining options also have lighter notes available, which are simplified dishes like grilled grain-fed sirloin steak and slow roasted breast of chicken. The bread service consisted of French country bread with an olive spread, and the French country bread was really nice, good crust. The olive spread was also a delight. I think it was really tangy with that tart olive flavor. If you don't like olives, you might want to steer clear of the olive spread, but there was also butter available if you didn't want to have that. I also picked up the red wine Bost Pear salad, which is made with arugula, sliced red onions, and crispy lardons, dressed with a sherry wine dressing and served with a red wine poached Bost Pear. This is an elevated salad. The pear itself was nice and slightly sweet. I think that what really shines here is the earthy arugula offset with the more vinegary dressing. It's just a pretty tasty salad. Nothing that's going to knock your socks off, but a nice start to the meal.
For my salad, I grabbed the Farmhouse Salad, which is made with baby spinach, asparagus, cherry tomatoes, fingerling potatoes, served with a goat cheese crostini and an olive vinaigrette. This is also a more elevated take on kind of a classic house salad, and I really enjoy it. Of course, I love that goat cheese crostini, and the olive vinaigrette is a little bit of saltiness. The produce was fresh. I really like the asparagus addition on the salad as well. I've gotten this before, and I will continue to get it. Also, no surprise that when there's baked brie on the menu, I'm going to order it. And in fact, I ordered it with the intention of us sharing, but our server was so wonderful, he brought us two because he said everyone needs their own cheese. This is a breaded and deep fried brie with orange and cranberry chutney, and it's as delicious as it sounds. It's creamy, tangy brie with a nice light breading, and then you've got some sweetness from the fruit to offset the richness of the cheese. I mean, it's fried cheese. What more could you want?
For my entree, I picked up the oven-baked salmon Royale, crowned with king-smoked salmon and a horseradish crust, accompanied by sautéed Swiss chard, truffled cauliflower puree, and a white wine beurre blanc sauce. This was fine. I think the truffled cauliflower puree was very strong in terms of the cauliflower flavor. I didn't get a lot of the truffle. The beurre blanc was the highlight of this dish for me. I thought it was incredibly tasty. The salmon itself tasted fishy, unfortunately. It was flaky and light, but it had more of that overt fishy flavor that I'm not really looking for in a dish like this. Overall, it wasn't my favorite thing that I had on this cruise.
And I grabbed the Chateaubriand roasted filet steak. This is your roasted filet steak with crushed new potatoes with shallots, buttered green beans, a red wine jus, and a béarnaise sauce on the side. This is a pretty good steak. It's not the best steak I've had at Disney Cruise Line, but it is a generous portion. The meat was cooked well. It was nice and tender. I really liked the potatoes and shallots combination for a little bit of earthiness. Buttery green beans, nothing super unique there, but they were cooked well. The red wine jus and the béarnaise sauce were helpful in case the meat was a little bit drier in parts. Overall, a pretty standard steak dish, and if you like steak, I don't think you'll be disappointed, but I don't think you'll be wowed either. Then it was time for desserts. The menu starts with a variety of specialty coffees and after-dinner teenies, as well as some cognac or after-dinner spirits, should you so desire. There are also a variety of desserts. The signature dessert at this restaurant is the classic opera gâteau, and then they also have things like a Tahitian vanilla creme brulee and a Grand Marnier soufflé.
Now, Molly and I both picked up an espresso, which was an additional charge, and shared the apple tart tatin. This is caramelized baked apples served with vanilla ice cream. This is just a tasty, simple dessert. Not super sweet. The apple tart had apples that were not overcooked, which is always a sign of a well-prepared apple tart in my eyes. Nicely seasoned, not super cinnamony, not super sweet, and paired with vanilla ice cream. This is just a classic dessert that's hard to do wrong, but I think they did a really good job here.
Overall, I tend to enjoy my visits to the Royal Palace. I love the princess theming and the tile work and the artwork. The menu is pretty consistently solid. There's some classic favorites on there. And while it's not my favorite restaurant in the rotational dining on the Disney Dream, I don't think it's going to let you down either.
Okay, just wrapped our first dinner here. All right. First of all, let's talk about our server, Win.
Win, a king.
He's amazing. We love him.
He's so sweet. One thing that's really unique about Disney dining is that your servers rotate with you. So as you rotate through the different restaurants, the servers come with you, so they'll get to know your preferences, what you like to drink and eat, and it makes it really fun and personal.
The food itself was pretty darn good. It's good quality, what you'd expect from a Disney cruise meal. I like the dishes that we had here. It seemed like the menu, and we did confirm this with Wynn afterwards, it seems like the menu is very similar to what you would get at Lumiere's on the Magic. So very familiar with the menu. Pretty darn tasty.
Yeah, Disney Cruise Line has a high standard of food, even if you're not doing the upscale dining, and I think that was reflected here. Also, the best part about the meal is that the head waiter came over to say hello, and for the first time in my entire time of Disney cruising, it was a head waitress. And I got so excited, and I told her that, and she was like, yeah, there's actually 2 of us on board. We're like Captain Minnie, and it made me really happy.
But we have one more activity this evening.
So excited. You may know that in past videos we talked about the cocktail classes where you can learn from a bartender about different wines, beers, champagnes, different kinds of cocktails. We've always wanted to do the world of gin or the world of old fashioned. Shocking to no one. But they're always booked up, and we finally were able to book world of old fashioned, so we got to go to cocktail class.
We'll see you there.
Headed up to the Meridian Lounge where our cocktail class is being held. Now, we've talked about these before in other cruise videos, but I am obsessed with the cocktail classes. They usually aren't super expensive. Most of them hover around $40 to $50. The old-fashioned class is a little bit more expensive at $100 per person, but you're gonna have a bartender teach you all about the history of a cocktail. They get to choose their own menus, so they will make specialty things that are important to them or that they're known for making. If you like learning and alcohol, this is a very fun opportunity on the Disney Cruise Line. Learning and alcohol.
Heck yeah.
Thumbs up.
that was a delight.
And that was a pricier drink tasting, but the level of bourbon we were being served is not inexpensive, and we did not get a little of it.
It was an absolute masterclass of tasting. I think for people who might be intimidated by bourbon, who might be intimidated by old fashions, this is a really good option to come and learn what you like and frankly what you don't like, because that's okay. Everybody has different tastes, and this is just a really good opportunity to try new things.
Also, I learned that old fashions are literally the oldest cocktail in the world.
This is true.
Why they're called old fashions. So you never know what you're gonna learn. We had a great teacher tonight, and I loved that one was very like intimate in this very beautiful setting. It felt very like elegant and luxurious aboard the Disney Dream tonight. So a great choice, and we've got some other tastings throughout this ship, so make sure you watch the other videos too.
Excited to share this with you as well. But for this evening, there's really only one thing we have left to do.
Check which towel animal we got.
That and well, after a silent disco, I'll say our first day on the Disney Dream has been a treat.
Do you believe in love after love?
I do.
Yeah, that was lovely. Yeah. I'm kind of winded from all the dancing.
Well, Cher came to visit. That was fun.
Where'd you come from?
Wow.
What was your favorite part of today, our first day aboard the Dream?
I gotta say, meeting Noor and doing the old-fashioned
Yeah, that
tasting.
was
I've been
fabulous.
waiting to do that for so long. We've tried for so many
Yeah.
of the cruises we've been on. That's a highlight for me. What about for you?
I do love getting aboard a Disney cruise ship. There's no better feeling than having them announce your name when you walk in, or hearing the whistles that when you scoot off into sea. And earlier we did hear all the whistles.
We did.
We were sitting at the bar and they played every single one of them. That's always a highlight. You know, I just love the golden Mickeys.
God, what it just my heart, just my heart.
It's delightful.
So good.
It fills you with pixie dust and magic.
It does. Well, friends, that brings us to an end of our first day here on the Disney Dream. Tomorrow is a new day.
Yes, tomorrow's our sea day. We've got lots of adventures planned, so stay tuned for the next video in this series.
But until next time, friends, be sure to like this video and subscribe if you are new. Follow us on all of our socials. And if you would like to join with the MamFam in the conversation about this or any of our other videos, please join us on Discord. The links for all that are down below.
And until next time, friends, I'm Molly.
And I'm Alan.
And I'm Cher. Is that good?
Yep.
Do you believe?
Yep.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Love after love. I can feel something inside me saying,
Crushing.
really don't think it's strong enough now.